30% Google looks at. If
Okay.
over that.
Okay, so, sorry, I think I started this video and I didn't realize it. So we were just talking about keyword density. So that's one of the things that Google looks at. They look at your keyword density on your page, and if it's too high, they think, these guys are just, it's called keyword stuffing. They're just putting a bunch of stuff in there so that I think they'll know it a lot, or it will be relevant to pet grooming. On-site optimization takes about a month of our time, and there are many, many things that we look at, one of which is proper number of keyword density on your pages. Another is your meta tags, which again are the titles at the very, very top of your website that you can't see. It's behind the scene coding. Something called a site map. A site map really is something that we send directly to Google, and it tells Google where to look and how our website is set up. And that way, when they come and they crawl it to analyze it for ranking purposes, they know how and where to look for things, and it makes it more efficient, and it helps you be seen more favorably in their eyes. So that effort counts for about 30% of your overall ranking score in relationship to Google, Bing, and Yahoo. There's a whole other half, or the 70% of this process is off-site optimization. And off-site optimization really includes, as its primary focus, something called backlinks. Do you know what a backlink is, Pamela?
No, I don't.
Okay, a backlink is a third party, another website, linking your website to theirs. So somewhere on their site, they have a link, a physical hyperlink, that when somebody clicks on it, it clicks back to your site, and they come to your website. Do you think you have any backlinks on your website?
No, I don't. I don't think so.
Okay. So let's say that you have a good relationship with one of your vendors. Maybe the vendor sells you shampoo, or they send you dog food, or they sell you something, and on their site they have a place for their customers to go, and maybe you're a member, or something, and they will allow you to put a link on their site. If you were to have those links, that's called a backlink. And that backlink is very valuable to Google and Yahoo and Bing. And it's valuable because it shows that you are relevant in your industry, and that there is a site that supports your industry that finds you relevant enough that they're willing to have an internet relationship with you in the form of a backlink. Do you kind of understand the concept?
Yes, I do.
So our job, Pamela, is to create a lot of backlinks. Google loves backlinks, and they love backlinks that are relevant. By relevant, I mean if you're in the pet industry and you are connected to a site that's also in the pet industry, then they see that as supporting evidence of your involvement and your value in the industry that you're in, and they'll put your ranking higher.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Let's say that you use a particular product that is very pet friendly, or very environmentally sound. Maybe there's an organization out there that if you use the product would say, we'll put a link back to your website saying this company uses, ecologically sound shampoo and isn't damaging the environment.
Okay.
That link, again, gives you value. The more links you have, the higher your ranking has. The more relevant your links are, the more higher your ranking would be. That, in a nutshell, and it gets a little more complicated, but not much, is our job, is to give you those backlinks. So we do a number of things to do that. We write articles about pet grooming, and we place those articles on the internet. And so let's say in the starter package, we'd write 2 or 3 articles for you, and we would place those articles in 40 different places. That's 40 backlinks back to you, all related to an article written for you about not necessarily what you are, but about your services or about the products you use or about the techniques that you use to do do your thing, right?
Okay.
We also have something called directory submissions, and a directory submission is almost like on the internet. There are yellow page directories and things of that nature. They can have backlinks back to you. So with all those efforts, we get your rankings up, and that starts in the second and third month of our services to you. And by the time we've gotten through maybe 3 or 4 months, you'll start to see your rankings go up. You'll physically be able to see those rankings go up in Google and Yahoo and Bing. And also on a monthly basis, we will supply you with a full analysis of your website, where it started, where it's moving to, and what your competition's doing related to you, things of that nature. So it's pretty comprehensive, and you can see it on a month-to-month basis.
Is that something I can see online? I can access myself, or do you send it directly to me?
We'll send it to you and then go over to it. It's a little on the complex side, so we would send it to you and then have a conference call with you,
Okay.
helping you decipher what it is that you're looking at and what it looks like and what it means. And that's part of the service that we offer to you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions so far?
How much involvement do I have to be in the backlinking? Do I have to contact like my suppliers, or do I just let you know who my suppliers are or what associations I belong to, and you do that legwork?
You don't have to have anything to do with that unless you'd like to. It's not necessary. We don't necessarily go after those associations directly. I think that's not necessarily proper for us to be contacting, your vendors and things like that. We do it independently of you, and we know enough about what we do to find organizations that support your industry and support what you do, and so we work independently of you to deal with that.
Okay.
Let me tell you kind of the overview of how this gets set up, and then see where we go with this. I would like to send you a questionnaire. It's about 10 or 15 questions, very simple questions. What is your URL? How many years have you had your URL? What are the keywords that you would like to advertise under? Who are your top 3 competitors? What geographic area, if any, is relevant? Things like that. We take that and we run it through an analysis. And what we come back with 2 to 3 business days later is how you sit right now in your rankings, meaning where do you appear in Bing, Yahoo, and Google? Where does your competitors sit? How many backlinks do you have? How many backlinks do they have? A host of other things related to that. Essentially, it becomes a snapshot of where you are, number one, and that will be very revealing to you in terms of being a business owner. And also, it puts you in comparison with your competitors and with other folks. And I think it would be highly beneficial for you to see it in and of itself, but it also becomes the roadmap by which we're able to move forward with SEO should you decide to choose us for those services. So if it's all right with you, I'd love to email you this form and fill it.
Sure.
We can fill it out together. You can fill it on your own, or you can do nothing with it. That's up to you. But if you're interested in kind of moving forward, we would need that to be filled out. And then 3 days from now, we'd have another conversation. We'd say, look, this is where you are. This is where you're really strong. This is where you're not so strong. This is what your competition has done, and this is where they are. Here's what we recommend you do.
Okay, so is there a charge for this analysis?
No, this is all free. No
And
responsibility.
then at this time? Okay,
No. Hey, can you hold on just a second?
sure.
Thanks.